Hi, this is PR Sundar. Welcome to Dalal Street Week Ahead program sponsored by Delta Exchange. First, let us look at the larger picture. Sometimes in October, so Nifty bottomed out. In November and December, markets rallied. All over the world, markets rallied just because of only one reason: the Fed indicating rate hiking cycle is over. But India had two good news. One is the US Fed announcement. The second one is the three-state election won by BJP. So because of that, we have outperformed the global markets, let us say US market. But then after touching a peak, so we started reversing, but US markets did not reverse much because it went up because of one good news, but we reversed more because of two good news. And Nifty has fallen about 400 points in the month of January and nearly 4,000 points in Bank Nifty. So that's mainly, in the month of January, Infosys result came, turned the sentiment positive for the IT sector. And HDFC Bank result came and turned the sentiment to negative in the banking sector. So just because of the huge outperformance in IT stocks, Nifty did not fall much, but Bank Nifty fell so much because of underperformance by HDFC Bank. Now, I always say if the market shoots up too much, then the following consolidation may also be more. And so that is what is exactly happening now. And I think for the next 1 month also, it's likely that consolidation may continue to happen. So this is the broader picture. Now coming back to what happened on last Thursday. So last Thursday, HDFC Bank shares have fallen by about 1.5%. But after the market close, RBI has given permission to LIC to acquire up to 9.99% stake in HDFC Bank. So right now the sentiment around LIC is also very good because LIC is already trading at all-time high. So LIC will have a more muscle power to buy the HDFC Bank if there is any further fall. And LIC always a contra investor, so they never buy at the peak. So but HDFC Bank has already fallen 15-18%, so they may consider buying at least. The HDFC Bank share may not go up, but the downside from here is very, very limited. And after this news, HDFC Bank in US ADR moved higher by about 3.5%. So 3% on Thursday night and about 0.5% on Friday night. So between the closing in India and the closing in US, so there is a very, very decent 5% move. So now the big question on Monday morning, will HDFC Bank gap up 5%? But GIFT Nifty is not indicating any such thing because HDFC Bank having about 15% weightage in Nifty, a 5% gap up, so that alone would contribute more than 100 points for Nifty. But GIFT Nifty indicating only 40-50 point higher move. But again, the GIFT Nifty has not been, how to say, it was not liquid, especially when Indian markets are closed. So it will be very, very interesting to see on Monday what is going to happen. Now, in the month of November and December, markets continued to move higher. So when the markets are continuously moving higher, any normal fall, it will be bought into. So there must be one fall, which is a very shocker fall. So that shocker fall came from HDFC Bank. And you may remember, Bank Nifty gapped down 1,500 points. So that is when bears have overtaken the bulls. The same way, now market seems to be oversold. And Bank Nifty has fallen nearly like 3,000, 4,000 points in last 2 weeks. and which is, in my opinion, it seems to be oversold. And look at the stocks. HDFC Bank fell after the results. Kotak Bank fell. Axis Bank has fallen about 8% in 3 trading sessions. So State Bank has fallen. So across the board, there's a huge selling in banking stocks. And I think it is overdone. But how the bulls can take over the bears. So just like 1,500 point gap down, there must be one huge gap up. So then only these bears will have to run for cover. Otherwise, in normal market go higher, so these bears will short again. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see on Monday whether that is going to happen. Huge gap up, but global cues may not be supporting. On Friday, US markets, it was lackluster trading, we can say. Dow was slightly higher, but Nasdaq has fallen about 200 points from the recent high. So coming back to other things, if you are talking about US markets, number one, the technology stocks will start declaring the results. So already the IBM came out with results, Intel came out with results, Intel has fallen. So because of that, all the chip related stocks, okay, started falling. So on Tuesday, after the market hours, Microsoft will be coming out with results. So Microsoft, that is a number one stock. Earlier it was Apple was number one stock. Now Microsoft is number one stock. So Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Google, Nvidia. So these are the 4 or 5 stocks that will decide the market direction in US. So starting with Microsoft. And then US Fed meeting. Although US Fed meeting is considered to be a non-event when it comes to the interest rate, but what is more important, markets will be focusing on Fed chairman's comment about when they are likely to cut the rates. If they give any indication that in the month of March they will be cutting the rate, the markets can start moving higher. So a Fed meeting, a corporate results, so in US. In India also, corporate results, most of the top corporate results have come already, but still Bajaj Finserv, Sun Pharma, Maruti, Tata Motors, so many more results are due this week. Then the usual, most important, I forgot ITC. Usual data like, monthly auto sales data, we are coming closer. February, usually it will be a 4-week series, but this time February is a 5-week series. And not to forget, the most important event is the budget. Budget, this time it is not going to be a full budget. It's only a vote on account, a temporary budget. Nothing much can be expected. No, if possible, it will be a popular budget only because ahead of the parliament election, so they cannot afford to take any risk. Okay, so this is the overall setup now. Okay, now let me talk about a little bit longer perspective, not only the month of February. Anytime in the next 2-3 weeks, Election Commission may come and announce the dates for parliament election. Right now, the India VIX is trading around 12, 13, 14 around. Okay, but in the past, going closer to the parliament election, the VIX will continuously move higher. And last time in 2019, I remember VIX moved up to 38. So VIX will definitely move beyond 30 during the next few months. So if you are an option seller, you have to be very, very careful and better don't take huge bets. Markets can be volatile and premiums can shoot up. Premiums can shoot up both sides. Okay. And in fact, in the month of November and December, that was exactly what was happening. Call premiums kept on shooting higher, but the put premiums did not come down at all. Okay. So that possibility is always there. So therefore, in a longer term perspective, like next 2 to 3 months, one has to be very, very careful about India VIX, and the option premiums are really very, very high. So election commission announcement, maybe I'll come out with a separate video, what we can expect, parliament election and its outcome, and then how the market can react, so how you can position yourself. So those things I'll come out with a separate video. So, but all I can say, the India VIX definitely will shoot more than 30 going to May. Of course, May is very, very far away. Okay. So coming back to February, okay, the first thing is that technically markets are clearly bearish. So no matter what happens in US and other countries, our market is clearly bearish. That's number one. Number two, our market will become bullish only when the all-time high is taken out once again. That is 22,124. Okay. So roughly speaking, 22,200 is going to be a huge resistance for this series. So only when Nifty future takes out that level, 22,200, because when the spot is 22,124, future I'm adding just another 75 points. So then only one can consider taking a bullish bet. So until then, this market will be sell and rise. Okay. So the resistance is very, very clear. But what is the support? Okay. The support 21,000, should be a good support. Okay, that's because, as I told you, for a very long time, it was trading between 21 and 21,500. Then moved down to the next box, 21,500 to 22,000. Okay. Now again, it has come back to 21,500. So 21,000 is a round figure. Okay. That can be a good support. And however, there's a technical, the entire rally from 18,850 to 22,124. So that huge rally, 38% Fibonacci retracement works out to be 20,900. So 20,900 to 21,000. So that is going to be a very, very good support. Okay. And resistance will be 22,100 to 22,200. So this range is a quite big range, but when the markets are volatile, so the range has to be bigger only. But even at this bigger range, the option premiums are very, very lucrative. So if you are an option seller, you do not sell put option above 21,000 and do not sell call option below 22,200. Okay. So that should be the case right now. Okay. So however, for the last few weeks, okay, the first Apple was downgraded by few brokerages. Okay, so US markets fell, but we did not fall. Later, US market started going higher. We fell because because of HDFC Bank. Okay, so for the last few weeks, so US and India is moving in the opposite direction. Okay, now US markets may start falling. That's because clearly, at least in Nasdaq, the profit booking is visible. Nasdaq has started falling. It has fallen about 200 points from a recent high. So who knows, we may start moving higher. Okay, but one thing can be sure, markets can be very, very volatile, especially during the budget week. And also February, since it's a 5-week series, it's a long time. And so markets, in a 5-week series, markets can go all over the places. Especially first half of the series, there are a lot of corporate results are due. Okay, so let us see. So I'm hoping that 21,000 on the downside to 22,200 on the upside. So Nifty is likely to trade in this range of 1,200 point. Okay, and of course, Nifty future closed around 21,500. I'm talking about the Nifty future, not the Nifty spot. The Nifty future closed around 21,500, so the downside about 500 point, upside about 700 point. So that is my expectation for the February. So let us see what is going to happen in February. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you for watching.